Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing my quarterly wrap up of ranking everything I watched in the last 3 months. This video will include everything I watched from July through September. I am filming it a little bit early though, just because this video has to go up right when I get back from my trip to Disney World in September. So I am filming it and editing it a little bit early. It was the summer, so I saw a lot of movies in theaters. There was tons of new stuff that came out, and I just watched a lot of movies. So the very first movie of this quarter was the movie She's Out of My League. I really like this movie. I remember seeing this movie in theaters when it first came out, and I just think it's really funny. It's really stupid. I gave this 6 out of 10. The jokes are a little dated, but it holds up. I don't know. I have fun with this movie. And then a blast from my teenage past, I watched the movie John Tucker Must Die. This was another movie that I was just home alone and I just needed something brainless to put on, so I put on this movie, and I actually was laughing quite a bit more than I thought I would. Thought this was going to be kind of like a situation like when I rewatched There's Something About Mary and I absolutely hated it. Not the case. I thought this was so much fun. I had a great time with this movie. I gave it 7 out of 10. I liked it. And then I finished the TV show Baby Daddy. This is my second time rewatching it all the way through. I will have a video talking all about this eventually. My videos are so backed up right now, so it might be a little while before that video actually comes out. But I do enjoy this show. It was fun. I do have a few criticisms about this show, particularly just like certain personality traits of certain characters. Like, I just don't love that. There's 2 characters in this show in particular that basically their entire personality is getting drunk and drinking. That kind of humor just doesn't click with me, but at the same time too, there's still a lot of things that are said by those characters that I just found absolutely hysterical. So I gave this 7 out of 10. I would definitely rewatch it again. I had fun with it. It's a fun show. It's a stupid, brainless, put-on show. Then I watched Rogue One, 10 out of 10. I watched the movie Bright Burn. This movie has actually been on my list to watch for a long time, and I just have not gotten around to watching it, but I decided to throw it on, and I gave this 5 out of 10. It was good. I actually really liked the ending. Spoilers, it does not end good for, like the good characters in this movie. Like, the whole premise of this is, what if Superman came to Earth, but he was evil instead of being good and being the Superman who's the hero and stuff. And I thought they could have done a lot more with this. There was definitely a couple like really gory scenes in this. Well, not really gory, but gory scenes in this movie. And I don't know, I just kind of wanted a little bit more evilness to it. But I did like the ending. It's not a happy ending, but I liked the ending. I thought it was really ominous, and I liked it. Then I saw How to Train Your Dragon in theaters again, the live-action one. And if you watched my last video ranking all my movies, I gave it 10 out of 10. I had so much fun with the live-action. It was so good, in my opinion. Really liked it. This is another movie I had been wanting to watch for a really, really long time, and I just never got around to it. So this was another night alone at home. I threw on the movie Red Sparrow. I think it's on Netflix that I found it, and I just was not very into it. There was a lot of political things going on. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. Politics is just not my jam. And so it was like a whole thing with, there was a mole in, I don't know, a group, an organization in Russia and all this stuff. It was a very disturbing movie. There's a lot of things you should be wary of if you're going to watch it. There was one scene in particular I knew was coming, the very beginning with her dancing and her injury. I did not want to look at that, and I knew it was coming and I was able to look away. But there's a lot more very disturbing imagery in this movie, so just be prepared if you're going to watch it. I just did not jive with it very much. The acting in it is amazing. Jennifer Lawrence did insanely amazing in this movie. Holy smokes. she was incredible, but just very disturbing in my opinion. And I don't know if I would rewatch it in the future. I gave it 4 out of 10 stars. That's not to say it's not a good movie, and maybe someone who maybe understands the politics a little bit better might enjoy it more. I just didn't, between a lot of the politics and just the very disturbing torture scenes we see in this movie. Sam and I rewatched the first Jurassic World movie in preparation for Jurassic World Rebirth, and Jurassic World I gave 8 out of 10 stars too. It's definitely my favorite of the Jurassic World franchise. Jurassic Park is obviously on a tier all its own, but in terms of Jurassic World, not only is it my favorite, it's probably the only one I very genuinely enjoy. And then we did see Jurassic World Rebirth, as I said, and I gave that 6 stars. I would maybe potentially say it's my favorite under Jurassic World in comparison to Fallen Kingdom and Dominion. I haven't seen either of those 2 movies since they were in theaters. So it's been a really long time since I've seen those 2, so I may need to revisit them. But just in thinking about them, I really don't like Fallen Kingdom and I really don't like Dominion. I didn't hate Rebirth, so 6 out of 10. And then I watched for the very first time, this has been, again, another one on my list for a long time, I just haven't gotten around to it, and that was Insidious. I gave that 7 out of 10. I really liked this movie. I thought it was so good. James Wan at his peak spooky scariness. I loved the story. I loved the creature in this movie. So good. And literally right after that, we watched Insidious 2, because if you've seen Insidious, it ends on a cliffhanger. And we were at a friend's house watching it, and we just happened to have enough time to watch another movie after Insidious ended. So we're like, should we watch Insidious 2? Yes. So we watched Insidious 2, and I actually liked Insidious 2 more than Insidious 1. I really liked everything going on with the father character. I really liked the villain of this movie. I liked them more than the first villain. I just thought we got a lot more depth to them and a lot more story to them. Not to say that Lipstick Face, whatever his name is, from the first one is not spooky, is not scary. Great character, but I just loved the Black Bride, the woman in black. I don't know what the name is of the villain in Insidious 2, but I just liked that villain so much more than the first one. I had a movie night with my sister and her kids, and we watched The Emperor's New Groove. Obviously 10 out of 10. This movie is spectacular. Oh yeah, I forgot. So I don't know when this started, but Sam and I had made a bet. Whoever won the bet got the next, I think it was 3 movie nights, got to choose. So that's why we did Brightburn. And then my next one I chose was Oculus. I was on a horror movie streak, apparently. So I picked Oculus. 9 out of 10. I can't believe it's been so long. Well, I was too scared to watch this movie. I mean, Mike Flanagan is just brilliant, in my opinion, and I was so scared to watch this movie, but we finally put it on and watched it. I loved Oculus. Oh my goodness. This was such an incredible movie. 9 out of 10. The acting in it, the twists and the different timelines going on in this movie were just keep you on your toes the whole entire time. This movie was brilliant. Mike Flanagan, oh, what can't you do that will blow my mind? Still on my bet winning streak. We watched the movie The Boy. And where is my score of The Boy? Here it is. The Boy, I gave 6 out of 10. 6? Really? Okay. I guess I gave The Boy 6 out of 10. It was fine. I would think that gets more of a 5 out of 10. It was just fine. The twist was interesting. I wasn't blown away by the twist of The Boy. Mark, this is the day, July 12th, 2025. Mark that as the day of my newest obsession, and that is K-pop Demon Hunters. I have a whole video about this. I was not expecting to do a whole video about it, but that movie blew me away. Oh my goodness. We should count how many times, just in this video, how many times I've watched K-pop Demon Hunters, because I'm obsessed with this movie. I freaking love it. I'm literally wearing right now my bracelet I got when I went to see it in theaters, and a girl was handing out friendship bracelets, and so I'm wearing my K-pop Demon Hunters Choo Choo friendship bracelet that I got when I saw it in theaters. I've worn this almost every day since I got it. I'm obsessed with K-pop Demon Hunters. If you want to hear more in depth about it, go watch that video. Just essentially, Sam threw it on. I literally was like, what the heck is this? Like, K-pop Demon Hunters, what is this? It's my new favorite movie. I love it. And then I went to go see the movie Elio. I went to go see this by myself in theaters because it was almost out of theaters, and I was like, I still really want to see it. And I am glad I got to see it in theaters. I talked about this in my video about Elio, but the scenes with the universe, that's not the name of it, but the universe planet thing that Elio kind of goes to, I totally forget the name of it. There's one scene where it's like very close up of it, and that scene in particular was so beautiful to see in theaters, and I'm so glad I went to see it in theaters for like that scene alone. Like, it was so incredible, and I gave Elio a 7 out of 10 stars. Then Sam and I saw Superman in theaters, the new one. Again, I have a whole video about it. I gave it 8 out of 10 stars. And then I watched K-pop Demon Hunters 2 more times. On Saturday night, I watched it with my friend. My friend came over and we watched it together. And then the Sunday, I went to my sister's house and had a movie night with her and her kids, and we watched it again. I don't know when I watched it, but at some point in this week, I also watched the movie The Duff. I did watch this movie a long while ago, and I do remember enjoying it, but I rewatched it again with Sam, and I gave this 7 out of 10 stars. I thought it was funny. It's a cute little kind of like coming of age, high school, teenage story. It's really cute. I liked it. I absolutely love Mae Whitman. She's such an adorable, amazing actress. I love her. So 7 out of 10 for The Duff. Oh my god, 2 more times. And then I watched K-pop Demon Hunters 2 more times again. So we're at 5 total K-pop Demon Hunters. 2 more times I watched it. And then I finished the TV show Life in Pieces. I flew through Life in Pieces. Baby Daddy, that I previously mentioned, that was my watch without Sam show. Life in Pieces I watched without him, and I flew through that apparently in like a month. Life in Pieces I also gave 8 out of 10 stars to. I really liked it. Again, I have a video coming up about that eventually. Really enjoyed that show. It was really, really cute. And also, again, just a very easy show to watch. There's not too much going on that you have to super duper pay attention to or anything. There was definitely a couple episodes I fell asleep while watching, but it never made me lose track of the plot or anything like that. So very simple, very easy show. Loved it. And I watched K-pop Demon Hunters again. We're at 6. 6 times I've watched K-pop Demon Hunters in the last 3 months. And then I watched the movie It Takes Two. Night on my own, watched It Takes Two. Super duper old Mary-Kate and Ashley movie. And that was so cute. I gave it 8 out of 10 stars. I really liked it. It holds up. I think it's a cute movie. It's fun. The humor is really adorable. I thought it was great. I saw the movie The Bad Guys 2 in theaters with my sister and her kids. And I gave this the exact same rating as I've given the first one, which was 7 out of 10 stars. I do have a whole video about The Bad Guys 2 if you're interested in it. It was cute. I liked the story. I actually don't know which one I would prefer, the first or the second one. I'd have to rewatch them both back to back because there is one particular scene. I don't think I talked about it in my video, but there's one particular scene in The Bad Guys 2 that I just thought was so well done. It was really cool. So yeah, but yeah, 7 out of 10. Then I saw the movie Freakier Friday in theaters. Again, also have a video about that. Also gave that 7 out of 10 stars. I did enjoy this movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. Was it a necessary sequel? Definitely not. But I still really, really enjoyed it. It was really cute. And Sam and I watched the movie The Mask of Zorro. This movie I kind of cheated because I'm doing a challenge where I'm trying to watch a movie that starts with every letter of the alphabet. And Sam put on Mask of Zorro, and I was like, can I cheat and use this as my letter Z? And he was like, I don't know, it's your challenge. So this counted as my letter Z. But anyway, Mask of Zorro, I gave 5 out of 10 to. It was fine. I liked the fight scenes. They were fun. Antonio Banderas is always fantastic. And as someone who grew up with the Shrek movies and someone who loves Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, it was kind of fun to see this movie, which obviously his character of Puss in Boots is very heavily influenced by his character in Zorro. So I thought that was really cute. It was funny, I joked. I was like, oh, we're watching Puss in Boots, the live action. And then when my sister and I got home from Las Vegas, when we saw the Backstreet Boys, she found out that on Amazon Prime, there's actually a documentary about the Backstreet Boys called Backstreet Boys, Show 'Em What You're Made Of. It is old. I think it was filmed like 10 years ago because it came out around the time of the In a World Like This album, which I think is like 10 years old. So it is a little dated, but it was still really cute. I enjoyed it. It's not a necessary thing to watch, whether you're a Backstreet Boys fan or not. It was just kind of interesting. And one thing I did not know, I know obviously now, like, I mean, I knew this before, but that Brian has like issues with his voice, like there's something with his vocal cords or something like that. And certain nights it can get really, really bad, and his singing is obviously affected by it, but he still obviously goes out and performs and does everything he can to try to sing through it. And so I didn't realize that this goes so far back, like, because they were talking about it in this documentary. So I thought that was very interesting. I thought it was a more recent development, but I guess not. But anyway, I gave it 7 out of 10 stars. I thought it was an interesting watch. If you're a Backstreet Boys fan, give it a watch. Sam and I saw the movie Weapons in theaters. Also have a video about this. Gave it 8 out of 10 stars. Really enjoyed it. I don't know what I like better, Weapons or Barbarian, because they're the same director. 2 very different movies, so it's very funny comparing the two. But they're just such incredible movies, and Weapons was so good. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for Weapons. I also gave 8 out of 10 stars to The Incredibles 2, which I watched with my sister and her kids. And then Sam and I watched Late Night with the Devil. I think that was another my choice movie. Yes, because Sam chose Mask of Zorro, and then I chose Late Night with the Devil. Really liked this movie. I thought it was super disturbing and interesting and uncomfortable. I really liked it. My brother told me about this movie, and he made it sound like it was like the scariest movie in the whole wide world, which it definitely wasn't in my opinion, but it was just really unsettling and uncomfortable in the best way. Sam and I watched the movie Blackberry. This was another Sam choice. I gave it 6 out of 10 stars. I thought it was interesting. I thought the whole story and the whole history of Blackberry, I thought it was kind of interesting. It kind of made me sad because I've never personally owned a Blackberry, and I was like, why did I never own like the Canadian product and stuff? I felt kind of bad about that. And obviously it's too late now to ever own a Blackberry. But the story was really good. The acting was amazing. Glenn Howerton, I believe his name is, he's in this movie. And the only thing I've ever seen this actor in previous to this was Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which loved him in Always Sunny. He is such a sociopath in Always Sunny. So it's funny starting this movie and saying things like, is he still a sociopath in this movie? And I wouldn't say he's a sociopath, but I definitely see tendencies of what he is in Always Sunny, just in the sense that he is a very angry man. And I thought he did such a great job in this movie. Same with Jay Baruchel, just so good in this movie. And then for the 7th time, I watched K-Pop Demon Hunters, but this time I saw it in theaters. I was giving it 9 out of 10 before. I have to say, in theaters, K-Pop Demon Hunters gets like a 57 out of 10. It was so incredible to see this movie in theaters. That was such a cool experience. Oh my goodness. I did a TikTok, and I do have a short on my channel of going to see it in theaters where I just recorded a couple clips and stuff, but it was so much fun. Everybody in the theater was just having such a fun time. The visuals, the animation, the colors just like stood out so much more in this movie in theaters. It was so beautiful. I'm so happy I got the chance to see it in theaters, especially because I was very confused as to when it was in theaters and very confused as to when tickets would be dropping. So by the time I actually realized tickets were out, it was like so sold out. Me and my friend had to go to like the 9:40 showing of this movie. but we did get to see it, and it was so amazing. Okay, and then I watched it one more time. One more time in this round, so that brings us to a total of 8 times I watched K-Pop Demon Hunters in this wrap-up, which also doesn't include times that I was at my sister's and it was just on because her kids were watching it, so I just kind of glanced at it. 8 times I sat down and physically myself watched all the way through K-Pop Demon Hunters. In my defense, this day was a Tuesday and I had a horrible day at work, and I really needed something to just make me in a much better mood, and K-Pop Demon Hunters is my current go-to. And then I watched the live action Beauty and the Beast movie. I watched this in preparation for a video I will be filming and putting out in November. I'm sure you can guess what it is by just me talking about it. I must be specific if you can't tell by the picture that's right here. It was the live action Beauty and the Beast, not the animated. Animated I have a whole different other opinion about, but we will get into that in my video in November. But live action Beauty and the Beast, 8 out of 10. I'll talk more about that later. Then Sam picked the movie Ready Player One. I gave that 5 out of 10. It was fine, in my opinion. The world that these people lived in was interesting, but at the same time, my brain was like, so does nobody have a job? And then they're like, oh, I'll call the cops on you. I'm like, oh, so there's police in this world. But like everyone else just goes to a deserted van and plays in a video game. I wanted to know more about this world. Why was no one working? Where do people get money? I don't understand. If you remember from a while ago, my last wrap-up video, my sister and I had a movie night and we watched the movie Three Men and a Little Baby. We had another movie night and we watched the sequel, Three Men and a Little Lady. I think I gave Three Men and a Baby 6 out of 10, and Three Men and a Little Lady I gave 7 out of 10. I actually did enjoy the sequel more. It was fun. It was really cute. I absolutely loved the girl who played Mary. She was so adorable. I think she did such an incredible job. The last movie for this wrap-up, going out on a bang, Sam and I got to see the movie JodeyS in theaters, not only in theaters, in IMAX, and it was so cool. I don't know what it was, but it just looked so pretty. I remember leaving the theater with Sam and just saying, okay, but did that just look so much prettier than it normally does? Like the colors were just so much brighter, and it was funny because there was something wrong where the lights didn't turn out until about like a minute into the movie. We see the shark swimming through the water, and then it started showing the kids on the beach, and it wasn't until the boy was chasing after Chrissy that they actually like turned off all the lights. And oh my goodness, like the moment the lights went out, it just looked so beautiful and so amazing. I don't know what they did to restore this movie or anything, and I don't know if it was just like the IMAX screen or whatnot, but oh, it looked so gorgeous in theaters. That's the thing, like people always make fun of me for going to see movies that I've already seen or even own in theaters. Again, like I've seen Star Wars in theaters how many times? I went to see K-Pop Demon Hunters in theaters. Even though it's on Netflix, I obviously own Star Wars' Jaws. I've seen Jurassic Park in theaters a few times. And people always make fun of me and like say, why do you go see these movies in theaters when you own them or they're on Netflix and it's free to watch it at home? And I agree, but like movies are just my thing. It's something Sam and I just absolutely love and enjoy together. And to see something we both very much love, like Jaws, Jurassic Park, Star Wars, K-Pop Demon Hunters, to actually get to go and like experience it on the big screen, for me in particular, is just something that I absolutely enjoy and I get so much joy and happiness out of. And I'm sure there's things in your world that you get joy from that I might think are weird too. But that's the thing, is we're all allowed to have things that bring us joy that are different than other people. And for me, getting to see movies I love on the big screen with my popcorn that is disgustingly buttery with flavor and M&Ms inside of it and on my big recliner chair, it just brings me so much joy. So that's just my thing. I love going to see movies in theaters and I'm never going to stop. I've seen Jaws in theaters. This was my second time seeing Jaws in theaters, and every time they re-release it in theaters, I will be there. Same with Jurassic Park, same with Star Wars. If freaking K-pop Demon Hunters comes back to theaters, I will definitely be there to see it again. It's just something I love, and I don't care what anyone else says. But anyway, that's going to be it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, I would love it if you would like and subscribe. I post new videos every single Friday, and I'd love to have you here. Thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you later. Bye, everybody.